Commander Willy, I think I'm bringing the mic back to you. I understand that you have a program of today on some things you want to mention, and we had a chance to go through that. So I will just have the images without necessarily order. They'll just be going. But you want to explain some strategic things, not necessarily delivering your strategy, but you want to explain some things that the lawyers will comment much later. You take your time and explain them as extensively as possible, the Amazonian military apparatus, the way it played out, the significance. I also understand that in Akwaya, our civilian population was ambushed, and there are still some images coming in even now because all across the national territory, we had manifestations coordinated by the state army. So, in this regard, please, Commander Willie, the mic is yours. Talk to us.
Yes, as I earlier said, before this March pass came, our President Dr. Samuel Sakwe had a meeting with us and he briefed us on what is expected on the ground. The first thing is safety of all Amazon State Army, for them to carry on a mask to cover their faces, so that way the enemy will not take advantage to go kill them later on after they must have marched on the ground. And then he gave us many information that I will just I'll give you the, in short, I cannot go deep into it, but I'll give you some of it. If you see our armies on the ground, they did not just march haphazardly. They were well organized, and as such, they were briefed on what to do and how to do it. As Captain earlier said about securing the perimeter of the environment where it's safe for them to march, because it was said each county and each LGA that find that it's safe. Any area you find is safe in an area, you can march. If it's not safe, then you can use the alternative, a plan B and plan C. That plan B and plan C remains to the fighters. So that's what was on the ground. And if you see, now we look into the military and the civilian situation. I'll go to the civilian situation first a little bit. If you look at it keenly, the civilians did not fight while they were celebrating on the ground. Nobody fought each other. That shows that we know ourselves. That shows that the enemy is not a people who is coming to destabilize us. Now, coming to the fighting unit, they march in sequence and in order based on their units. If you look at it, I will go in terms of battalion, in terms of squad, and in terms of their numbers. What you see there is not actually the numbers that you see. If you see 10 people marching, they are not just 10, they are more than that. If you see the first march past, it came with the Ambassador Presidential Security Units. They have third platoon. That's a half third platoon. And you know that in a platoon, there are more than 10 people and above in a platoon. So that was a third platoon. So they came in numbers and they celebrated and they marched. Those pictures were all in social media and I've put in many of the forums, the way they were organized and how they marched. Then all of them, they're under Ambassador State Army. Then you come to under Ambassador State Army, you get the 2nd Battalion, 3rd Cavalry. You will see the picture themselves, what they do, and based on what they do, 99% of everything that every military does is self-defense, to defend and protect civilian life. So, but on the small things that they do behind, I will not be able to explain it here on TV. But you know that their main goal is to defend and protect Amazonia. Then item number 3, you have the 2nd Brigade, 4th Regiment. That's the mobile wing unit. And this mobile wing unit is headed by the mobile wing chief. We have mobile wing chiefs in there, they know themselves. They know themselves, and it's comprised of the infantry. You have the infantry in Amazonia, that's the ground force. You have the scout, those who will go around and collect intelligence and come and feed it to the military, what is going on. They will scout the area as they are marching. People are there scouting the area. Those who are briefing us, they are briefing us on the phone and on the internet. They are doing what they could do for us to get information. That's why on October 1st, some of us, as well as ANS members, we didn't set some of them outside carelessly because we were supposed to be connected with the ground while things are happening. And the mobile wing, you have what we call artillery department. Those are the bomb squad. Those who go around and plant what IEDs and other stuff. We call it artillery at this moment because we're working towards getting helicopters, gunship. And you have the engineering department. That's the demolition team where they go ahead and make the enemy to bleed and to take care of the roads and infrastructures where we don't want the enemy to occupy our area. You have the paramedics on that area as well. And the paramedics, when somebody is wounded, we have doctors among them, we have nurses among them, who've trained how to use tourniquet in case you are bleeding, what to do If you are shot on the arm, what to do. If you are shot on the leg, what to do. If you are shot any part of your body, what to do. As a microbiologist myself, if you have any infection, they can show me the picture. I can tell them what to use. If it's more than me, I have a team of doctors that I work with. I can send that information to the doctor forum, and they'll look at it and prescribe medication. I will have a pharmacist that will dispense the medication on the ground to them. So that's why you see, even if you look at it at this time, you will not see our fighters being bleeded to death carelessly. So if they are wounded, that information comes to me. I don't sleep. That's why you see me 24/7. My phone is always busy. So now you get highway patrol units. As we're talking like this, we have scouts. They will feed the information to highway patrol unit. Before Cameroon Army pass from one point to the next in Ambazonia, we have a highway patrol forum where we know that where they are coming, and then we relate it to the units, and then they will go down to our infantry units, and then they will dissipate that to the general, and information or and whatever is supposed to be done, it will be taken. We have the immigration enforcement unit. That's the first brigade. They are the immigration enforcement unit. They're on the ground as such. They are marching. They are among them. If you look at it, the way we organize it is there on the ground. You will see them. They are in their numbers. We have men and women who are marching. Don't forget, we march as a country. We are marching as a country. Although you see the pictures in segments, it's due to the fact that we could have converged in Boya, but due to the presence of Cameroon Army in our area that are hindering us in certain areas. But with time, hopefully by the grace of God, not long from now, we'll be in Boya, and all these things will take place under one canopy. But we, based on assignment and duty that we're given to the various units, they have put themselves together, and now they are moving. Now we have Ambazonia State Army, the postmasters. You can see the postmasters on the ground. That's the 5th Company, 2nd Cavalry, headed by company commander. They were motorbikes. Those are grab and take. They reinforce our rules and regulations on the ground and make sure that Ambazonia is liberated from the enemy. And they have our sanitation department unit. That's the 2nd platoon, headed by platoon leader. Those sanitation unit, they are responsible to clean up the mess on the ground, because we have people who come to disrupt and do what they're supposed to do. So they clean up. Everything in the hospital, they have people that clean up the place. They call it housekeeping. So we have them sanitation unit. Last but not the least, Ambazonia State Army, we have the 2nd Police Unit, 2nd Squadron, 3rd Platoon. They are there on the ground, and you see them. They have dogs. They have various other animals to snoop the enemy wherever they hide. So as they are marching, Ambazonia is not just marching as Ambazonia, is marching as a country under the leadership of Dr. Samuel Sarkozy. This could not have been possible without the help of the ANSC, without the help of the strategy department, without the help of the other departments and communication departments, and those who have given us intelligence on the ground. We want to thank the civilian population, our mama and papa on the ground, who are giving us information, feeding us on what to do and where the enemy is going at what time. We want to thank them. And last but not the least, we want to let Cameroon government know that we are a country not to mess with. We are organized, we are structured, and as such, if we go to Boya today, this structure will be followed until a more strategic structure will be enhanced to govern us all. But at this time, the fighters on the ground, they know what to do. They're expected of what to do. If you look at it, the way they dress now is different. Look at their shoes. Look at their pants. Look at their t-shirt. Look at their guns. I would like to let you know that the Ambazonia government provided, yes, weapons to the fighters on the ground, but 99% of the weapons were seized from Cameroon Army. We never had weapons before. Those weapons you see that those fighters are holding, they seized this from Cameroon Army that invaded our land. Yes, they seized it from them. Those iron caps were seized from the Cameroon Army. Many of those uniforms were seized from the Cameroon Army. If you see what the government provided, you see like t-shirts. You see like t-shirts that the government provided like this, what you are seeing now. But 99% of the weapons were seized by Ambazonia State Army from the Cameroon Army. Cameroon Army, Janama Police are the #1 supplier of weapons to Ambazonia State Army. So, Mr. Padi, when it comes to this war, our people have stood up and will never go back. We say, shake no day. When Papa them, I will talk for pigeon for una. We thank una for this work when I work for ground. The various unit them, they will make their picture and they send out for we. Someone they make video with it and say less than 2 minutes at least, so that we know carry heavy space. But some of them, because they be too much excited, so when the video exceeds 6 minutes, when they send out we, it is heavy for come through. And as they go, more video they will come. Although the enemy if you try for slow the internet, no see for slow because we get satellite phones. We get satellite phones with those with satellites. They get automatic sender for us. That's why when I get many pictures and many they will come, they will ambush some enablers that they be tell army say this occasion they happen for acquire, but as such they go for go the time got the ASA them for acquire, they intercept the army, so if you reduce the damage we Cameroon army become for damage our people. Because the intention where it be for back, say they want capture Ambazona State Army them and then put them for gunpoint, say make the surrender, then they show up for the world, so they don't capture we on our Independence Day. But we get intelligence, and as such, you see, as a perimeter will be secured, as just as Captain explained to you, we'll tell you everything. So moving forward, we will take measures then for enhance our country. Now the thing that will tell you this, so starting on the 20th of this month, the pack for Bamenda, it will move to Matazem. The pack for Motengene and Boya, it will move to Mundoni. The reason I say Cameroon Army and Janama Police, they are bringing a lot of armies inside those 70-seater buses. They are bringing them. When they pass from Bafusa, Kutaba, they carry armies in those buses. They will dress in color clothes. They will bring their guns and their bags. They put them inside those luggages. Then they pass inside Bamenda town. Within 5 minutes, the army would dress now the army uniform, carry their guns, invade our villages. That's why you see they can do Kale within a short period of time, and then our people be like, where did they come from? They came through those buses undercover. I had a situation where one of our own called me and said, Pa, I was in the bus, I was crying that, oh, we're going to kill our own people. I said, oh, Pa. He said, why didn't you guys stop the buses? I said, we'll pass an order for the buses not to be entering our area. But they see that the people did not get the idea behind it. So moving forward, from the 20th of this month, the park in Bamenda will be relocated to Matazem. That way, it will help our people, our taxi people, our motorcycle people, our Klando people to get money. Because they'll be able to carry passengers from Bamenda and then go to Matazem, go drop them. Because we are two Cameroons, don't forget. British Southern Cameroon, Ambazonia, and French Cameroon Republic. So any bus that we're going to see inside Bamenda, the bus will be targeted. Likewise, if you want to see any bus too in Savannah zone or any of the zone in Ambazonia, so no bus, even from 12-seater bus, every bus will be a Matazem Park. Every bus will be a Mundoni. You can carry a passenger from Bamenda, from Matazem, and go to wherever you want to go. Yaoundé, Republic, you can go there. But once you come back, they drop you there at that Matazem Park. You take taxi, or Klando, or motorcycle, and come back. And last but not the least, in Bamenda, all the La Republic administrators, they have settled in Bamenda. They are well confined and comfortable in the core of the egg, the yolk of the egg. They have seated there. So that way, we have to make the mayors, make those colonial authorities that because they have a big camp and all the army camps over there. These people have programmers. They have programmers. Look at it. All our towns and cities, they have made their military bases over there. So we're going to move those parks. Those parks will be removed and sent to Matazem, so that way they cannot be comfortable. They cannot be comfortable inside that core of Bamenda. They cannot be comfortable inside the core of Boya and Mutengene. So that before they want to leave, let's see how a mayor will be able to take a taxi. That will be able to identify a mayor and a colonial official when he take a taxi from Bamenda Park to Matazem. We can identify him and catch him on the way and take care of him. It will be easy for us. But if we don't reinforce it, therefore he will just be inside there, get a movement or whatever bus he want to get. The buses are too big. He will just sit there and cover himself undercover and then pass and go to Bafusam, go to Yaoundé, attend meetings, come back again and kill us. And number two, those buses are not paying taxes to us because Ambazonia is a free tax zone. Our president said people are already paying taxes with their life. So nobody should pay tax. So there's no tax in Ambazonia. So they are paying their taxes to the Republic. They don't belong to us. Number three, those buses are agencies. Buses are owned by La Republic people. Most Ambazonia, they have taxis and motorcycle and bicycle. So for us reinforcing this law, it will help also that our people can get their money. If a brother or a sister carries somebody their motorbike from Bamenda to Matazem, it can cost maybe 20 francs or 200 francs, I don't know the currency. That way he can get money. But if you let the buses come and carry them and go, 70 times 10, you are looking at 700,000. That the 170-seater bus will come and carry somebody in Bamenda and go to Bafusao. Therefore, 700,000 is gone. And then they have increased bus prices in La Republic. They will be paying taxes to La Republic. They will buy weapons to kill us. So that's why I would say those buses, it should not come to our area again. For any bus, it will only be inside Ambazonia, it will only be Klando, taxi, or motorcycle of any color. You can drive and go anywhere. That way, it gives our people the ability for them to circulate money within themselves. It will give us to know who is entering our country, who is leaving our country. If we leave buses in our country, it means that allow Cameroon government to come to our area, come right inside our room and take a nap. because they are bringing army and Janama police. What they do, they go to Kutaba or to Bafusam. They open the under those buses. There are very big spaces. Those carriages, they open it. The military people will put the military attire, military everything, and then they carry like 70 of them and bring them in. Last time, when they did Kale, they brought 3 buses, 3 Amumes and buses. There are 70-seater buses. That's 70 times 3. You are looking on 2100. That's a 210. For 210 army, they can circle a village within 5 minutes. So, but if we say those buses should not come again, now they will be forced to carry the army in their military cars. That way we can identify them and attack them. The buses are mimicking operation. They are exploiting our operation. Meanwhile, Kaura army is sneaking underneath, using their undercover to come kill us. So buses will not be able to travel in Ambazonia again. What are your 12-seater carried to La Republic? We are in a tough time at this moment. We have to make the tough decision to move the country forward. Last but not the least, the lockdown have come and gone. The lockdown have come and gone. We all have seen the benefit of the lockdown. It affected Cameroon government economy. Even Douala, they complain that they don't have passengers and all those things. We cannot roll back again. If we roll back, Cameroon government will go with the lie, things are coming back to normal. We are not fighting for normalcy. We are fighting for our independence. So we're going to be moving them to the border. We will deal with them as neighbors. That's why we don't want them to leave their packs inside our territory. That's why we're moving the packs to the boundary. So if you're coming to operate inside Ambazonia, you meet a different face. Over to you, sir.
And this idea of shifting or taking the parks away from center town, that is what Abe did in Bamenda at one time. I remember that was just about the time I was trying to go to university. You have to get out of Bamenda town very early and take a bus up station, a taxi up station where you pick up a bus. It was later on that it started coming down. So for military strategies to make sure that the civilian population has a very brilliant suggestion or what a decision that the military wing is making, because Cameroon is now using the bus as a way, as a means of bringing in the forces of occupation as undercovers or civilians with civilian outfits. I think it's a good strategy.